Today we are going to talk about the unique constraint in Postgres. But what are constraints in general? Constraints are rules that can be applied to columns or tables, and they limit the type of data that we can have in those tables. The unique constraint prevents duplicate entries in columns. So for example, let's say we have a table, we have table students, and we have emails, we have usernames. And most of the time in these cases, we don't want to have a student with the same username or with the same email, right? This is where the unique constraint can help us. Here we have an example. We have this which creates a students table. And if you've noticed here in the email, we have this keyword unique. So this is going to prevent having same entries in the column email in our students table. So let's copy this and go to our terminal and paste it here. So we are going to create this table. Let's enter. You can see table created. And in here we have, if you look at the indexes, we have this unique constraint which has been created for us. Now let's insert or add data to this table, right? If we select everything from students, we can see we have this entry, right? We have this row now which has Halima, and then we have this email. Try to insert this students into the table with the same email. You can see Postgres gives us an error, which means duplicate key value violates unique constraint students email, right? So this, as you can see, it says this key Halima already exists. So this prevents us from having a student with the same email, right? This is very important. Now let's try with a different email, right? I'm gonna say Idialo, this email. Let me enter. As you can see, this works fine. Now let's drop this table, and the table is gone now. We don't have it anymore. So what I want to show you is, so as you've noticed, in here we are using the unique info in front of the column. What we can also do is we can rewrite this to use the unique constraint as a table constraint, like this one. All right, so let me copy this and go to our terminal. As you can see, this works as well. And let's try to insert a student. You can see this was a success. You can see, right? So if you try to do this again, we are going to get this error, right? We cannot have the same email in the same table again. Another thing you should know is that we can create constraints in multiple columns at the same time. So first, let's get rid of our students table. Okay, and then let's copy this one. As you can see here, we have unique. We are creating unique constraints in email and also username, right? Let's paste this here. What this means is that the combination of email and username needs to be unique, meaning we cannot have email and username at the same time repeated in our table, right? However, we can have, this has already been created, it exists. However, what this means is that, if I add this to, this is going to complain, right? As you can see, duplicate key values, violate unique constraint, students user email. You see? So we have key email username. This exists. We cannot have both of these anymore, right? But what we can have is, if we change, for example, Idiallo here and have something like Mariam, you can see this works, right? Because the combination of these two, the username and the email, does not exist in our table. So let me just, as you can see here, we have the same username, which is okay, but we don't have a combination of both, right? This is not acceptable. Okay, I hope this help you understand unique constraint. So if you have any questions, please let me know.